cost trash with the city.
I'd like to call to order the Dauphin County Board of Commissioners legislative meeting for Wednesday, February 26. We'll rise for a moment of silence followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
At this point in the meeting, we will have a time for public participation. Just a reminder that we are live streaming and there's a 3-minute time cap on public participation. This is for items that are on the agenda only. So any items on today's agenda for public participation for comment.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
Pamela Parson, Holly Street in the city. I'd just like to call your attention to items 12 and 13 on your agenda today. They are filled with initials that I have no idea what they are. There's a few that I do recognize, like CMU, but once again, if someone from the public is looking at this agenda, which you post the day before, they would look at this and they would have no idea. I can't make any comment on these other than the fact that it's very opaque and I don't know what they are. And you need to do better. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, I make a request that in the future we do spell out what these are. I don't think that's going to be a major issue from our side.
Yeah, I don't believe that should be a problem. Oh, no.
Owner Ruth Osai, Swat-Hare Township. I'm going to make it pretty easy for you and follow up with items 14 and 15. Item 14 is an agreement between Dauphin County Prison and Guardian RFID for web-based software and support services for a 5-year term for $827,000, a significant amount of money. This is happening here before this commissioner's board because it's a request for money, but this is not in front of the full prison board. But I would appreciate if Commissioner Douglas or Controller Bateman could give some more information. I have a concern as Guardian RFID, what this is being used for. This software is pretty broad based. It's a tracking software, and I, as a person who believes in my personal safety and security, think that even though people are in Dauphin County prison, jail, most of them pretrial, I don't trust tracking devices. I don't know what this looks like. Are we in, like, what is this? I think there needs to be more explanation to the public before you approve this money. Item number 15, agreement between Dauphin County Prison and Prime Care Medical Inc. for a certified LPN nurse, fully grant funded at $84K. I don't know what LPNs make normally, and I think that should be discussed. Is this, how many hours is this? Is this one nurse? What is the use of this nurse? What is this for? Why are we going through Prime Care instead of finding another nurse? And I think all of these questions should be answered and explained before the public before you vote on this funding. And I appreciate that there's going to be more spelling out of things on these agendas. I really think that will be helpful going forward. I also think that in many places do it, school boards do it, other counties do it. You can link, it's 2025, there's things called hyperlinks, documents. Many of them are legal to be shared with the public. It is up to your discretion whether you do. And I ask yourself in this age of lack of transparency here, if you want to get some more going, how can we figure out how to link documents to this so that people can see what you guys are actually voting on before you do? Thank you.
Thank you, Anna. I will address items 14 and 15, just since we are in the public comment section and these questions were made. These have already been before Prison Board and have been voted on at Prison Board, correct, Controller Bateman?
I believe that is correct. I'm trying to find it on the agenda.
Yeah, I believe that's correct as well. I recall Guardian RFID being on an agenda. Guardian RFID is
Yes, November.
it's been a while. That's, I think, the challenge here. Guardian RFID is something that's pretty commonly used, or not Guardian necessarily, they're a vendor, but RFID is typically used in prisons to check rounds. So, for example, a correction officer goes and does a round, and it's like a tap system to where you can confirm electronically that the rounds were done. I believe we are the last county in the Commonwealth to adopt this technology, even though it's been on the market for 2 decades. We are way behind the curve on this. In some ways, it's a value to us because the technology we're no longer early adopter, like we're not an early adopter to the technology, so we're getting some of the best of the technology. As the bugs have been kind of worked out. But one of our big challenges at the prison is ensuring that rounds are done and completed appropriately. And this allows us another checkpoint, if you will, to ensure that's being done. And it will actually increase inmate safety. That is the purpose of the program. And again, it's pretty standard for prisons in general and certainly across the Commonwealth. And that's why the investment in it is such. My understanding with the Prime Care fully grant funded, I believe that was a CJAB grant that came through for MAC, medical assisted treatment. Medical assisted treatment is currently provided by Prime Care in our prison, and this was an opportunity for us to expand that to inductions, because I believe currently we only do continuation. So meaning if you come into Dauphin County Prison and you are currently in a MAP program, it would be continued, but if you needed to be inducted into one, we didn't have the tools and resources to do that. So this grant provided us the opportunity to do that. So those are two. I don't know if Controller Bateman, I don't know if you have anything else to add. And I know we have Marisa here from CJAB, if there's anything else to add or if that is adequate.
Morning, Commissioners.
Morning.
Tana has some paperwork just for clarification for agenda item number 15. It is a COSUP grant through PCCD that we had received back in 2023, dedicated to MAT services. And as you had mentioned, Prime Care is the current provider for that at Dauphin County Prison. And I don't know any specifics that you just want to add on that as regards to the project and what the money's proposed for.
So the project is actually for conversions from an oral form of MAT to an injectable form of MAT, Sublocade. We're specifically targeting people who are moving to the work release center because you cannot go to the work release center on an oral form of MAT. So that's the target population, and that's the core of the project. The reason we are hiring the nurse is because Prime Care does not have any, they don't have a nurse to do these injections.
Okay.
So the nurse will be a full-time position to perform these injections for people who are transitioning. And I do also just want to clarify that this has already been approved. The contract has been in the works, but this was approved back in the November commissioners meeting, back in November of 27th, 2024. So this has already been in the works for months at this point.
Understood.
And just to clarify, the nurse is overseeing the entire MAT program, not just the inductions, correct?
Correct. And the original project was induction, so I think that's the confusion here. But the project modification that Tana is talking about from November is just for continuation.
We had quite a bit of conversation about this, is what I'm
Correct.
remembering. And I think I initially, now going back through my Rolodex of many different conversations we had at the prison board level, we had initially talked about potentially an induction, and this is what we ended up with. That's right.
Yes.
Thank you for clarifying that.
And as we're talking about initials, could you just let folks at home know what the MAT stands for?
MAT stands for medication-assisted treatment. It's for people with opioid use disorders or alcohol use disorders to help them. It's a form of treatment, essentially, to help them overcome their substance use disorders.
And do you want me to go through number 12 with the acronyms?
Sure, go ahead.
Mental health,
Thank you
autism,
both.
and developmental programs would be the first parentheses. The second would be case management unit, would be under CMU. The SDOH would be the State Department of Health. CMU again would be case management unit, again State Department of Health. And CABHC would refer to the Capital Area Behavioral Health Collaborative. So they are the behavioral health managed care organization that oversees our 5 county.
Controller Bateman, did you have anything to add on anything else? Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Any more for public participation?
I want to thank Commissioner Hartwig for spelling this out.
This is public participation on agenda items only. Just making sure, because I know we had talked and you want to share. I want to give you that opportunity, but it's for agenda items only. Is that okay? Anybody else for agenda items? All right. Approval of the minutes. February 5th workshop. February 12th legislative. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? None. Motion carries. February 12th salary board meeting. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
I'll second.
Okay. Moved by Controller Bateman, second by Commissioner Hartwick. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none. Motion carries. Executive sessions held between meetings. Mr. Haggerty.
Good morning. On Tuesday, February 25th, the commissioners met in executive session to obtain the advice of legal counsel on matters relating to bond proceeds, real estate transactions, personnel matters, environmental issues, and board appointments.
Any questions of Mr. Haggerty? Hearing none. Directors and guests. We'll begin with salary board. Ms. Whedon.
Good
Good morning.
For salary board item B, that actually should indicate area agency on aging versus children and youth services. That's the only change to this.
So the agenda should reflect area agency on aging.
Correct.
I just think for the minutes, we should ensure that that's edited for the record. Okay, continue. I guess we need a motion for A
I'll
and B.
make a motion that
Okay.
we approve
Second.
items A and B.
Motion made by Commissioner Priest, seconded by Controller Bateman. Any conversation, any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none. Motion carries.
And then for the personnel packet, with the exclusion from the items approved last week, which were 19 and 23 through 29, I just request a vote on items 1 through 18, 21, 22, and 30 through 74.
1 through 18.
21 and 22, 30 through 7. I'll make a motion that we adopt those items.
I'll second that.
Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? None. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Reed. Budget and Finance Director, Mr. Davis.
Commissioners,
Good morning.
Morning.
I have no changes to the investment report that was sent out yesterday. The only thing I'll note, First National Bank, Old Dominion, Univest are currently our highest interest earners at 4.5%. And I will get a more formal synopsis out to the board with all of the interest rates and term rates now that things have kind of settled down and they're done jumping around. I have no changes to the purchase order packet that was sent out as well. That is ready for your vote and approval.
Do I have a motion for the purchase order packet?
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you. Chief Clerk's report, Mr. Haggerty.
I have nothing to report today unless there are any questions.
Any questions of Mr. Haggerty? Hearing none. Solicitor's report, Mr. Owens.
Thank you, Commissioner. The items requiring board action have been reviewed and approved by the Solicitor's Office. There is one correction. The Guardian RFID contract number 14, it states it's a 5-year term. It is not. It's a 3-year term.
Can we ensure that the record reflects number 14 as a 3-year term, not a 5-year term? Any questions of Solicitor Owens? Hearing none, we'll move on to matters requiring board action. We have items 1 through 28 today requiring action. Are there any that need pulled for a separate vote? Hearing none, can I get a motion for items 1 through 28?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Any discussion?
Yeah, I just want to take a moment and thank Director Enders and associated staff for the work that they've done on item number 3, ordinance number 2, 2025, the real estate tax credit for active Dauphin County volunteer firefighters and volunteer emergency medical services personnel residing in Dauphin County. This is something that Commissioner Hartwick, myself, and Commissioner Saylor put into action, and I know Commissioner Douglas supports this as well too. Now, we want to say thank you to our volunteers out there who give of their time over and over and over again on behalf of the residents, and this is the least we can do to thank them for the work they do.
Any other comments?
Just to back up on that, that's obviously something that with volunteers shrinking continually throughout Dauphin County, people always ask, what can you do in order to try to provide incentives for unpaid people? We know they're different and motivated by service, but this opportunity helps justify time away from family and being in the face of danger and continuing to serve this community with great distinction. So just use this as an opportunity to thank all the firefighters, first responders, and folks who run towards danger on our behalf. And I think this has been used as a model ordinance for many other counties, and it's something I'm proud to support here again today.
We have a motion for matters requiring board action, items 1 through 28. We have a second. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. No former business. Is there any new business? No new business. Commissioners' discussion and actions. Commissioner Hartwick.
first, just want to bring the board up to speed briefly on this discussion we are having related to the continued crisis in Pennsylvania related to no available detention beds for juveniles. Again, there has been a huge system shift over the course of time related to deinstitutionalizing our juvenile justice system, which I think has been the right move. I've been a part of sort of those discussions and ensuring that we are doing all we can to try to connect our youth to services and community-based resources and figure out a way to do competency development. But in the cases where we were talking about gun violence and serious crime and concerns of the community, we really lack the space for formal detention. And while this has been discussed at many levels, I am not a believer of the mana comes from high. I believe in sort of creating local conversations and joining with like-sized counties that have sort of the same level of needs and competencies to be able to try to propose solutions from the county level in working together cooperatively. We have been in conversations with Berks and Lehigh County to discuss the expansion of detention beds in order to address this critical concern and need. In order to do so, there's a number of conversations that are going on related to ensuring that these dollars are secured through our Act 148 needs-based budget process, but there's also going to be an appropriations request that's going to be needed in order to deal with the renovation costs. We plan to have a meeting with our local delegations from Berks, Lehigh, and Dauphin County on March 24th to discuss this as a part of the budget picture. And I know all the commissioners are going to be invited, as well as Dependency and Delinquency Court Judge Royce Morris, as well as the heads of probation departments. So in doing that, just wanted to bring the board up to speed publicly. I made it very clear from my position that the board does not want to spend general fund dollars to move forward in this venture, and I have assured that that has been the position we've taken in Dauphin County. And as a part of ensuring that that's not the case, we as a collective three-county delegation are going to be going to meet, and the DA is also going to be a part of this discussion. I see him in the crowd as well. But we are going to meet with our local delegations to, again, make a budget request related to those capital improvements that are required. Secondly, just a couple of programs that have happened this weekend. I want to thank the AKAs and Karen Love for having us at Stilton High Spire School District for a read-in. The idea of bringing literacy to our kids and figuring out ways to engage our kids around the opportunities that exist through education, which is the ultimate equalizer. The ability to travel around the world can happen within a book, and for us to be able to encourage and focus on literacy has been something that I've been proud to partner with Floyd Stokes and many over the course of time, and this was a very successful event. I also attended the Youth 10 Times Better event that happened at Dayspring Ministries Church, which also honored local public servants and heroes from the community who are often overlooked and under-recognized. They may not be elected officials, but they are people that are arm in arm and being able to make this community a better place. And you may not read about them on the news, but I was there to try to say thank you on behalf of the residents of Dauphin County for all their continued work. And then last but not least, heavily involved in the executive director search for the County Commissioners Association as a result of their personnel committee. And we are at the point right now where we are selecting the type of personnel partnership that we're going to have with an independent group to assist us in trying to provide quality candidates for this critical search. That's all I have, Mr. Chairman.
Commissioner Priest.
Yeah, I want to take a moment and thank Commissioner Hartwick for the work that he's doing on that three-county collaborative, and that's something that's going to be a huge project, and hopefully we're able to participate in that and get some additional fundings, because that is something that we should be involved in. I also want to say we've been updated recently on what I believe is a signature project here in Dauphin County that isn't being highlighted enough, but I'm going to start talking about it. The Human Services Project that's going to take place over at Techport. It's been brought up before, but Commissioner Hartwick's taken the lead on this, and I want to thank him for the work that he's doing with Matt Owens and some others, and this board fully supports this project. But it's going to be a one-stop shopping for the human service agencies at Techport, and it's going to be a cost savings projected in $20+ million over the next 2 decades. Savings to the taxpayers here in Dauphin County. As we talk about our budget constraints, et cetera, this is a novel idea, thinking outside the box, and I appreciate my colleagues' full support of this. Also see that Director Enders is here from Emergency Management and 911. Last year, they were very busy as always. They took in over 420,000 calls for assistance, and the dispatch numbers are pretty similar each year. Last year, 251,000 for police, 51,000 for EMS, and 16,000 for the fire departments here in Dauphin County. So they are very active and engaged. And also our Veterans Affairs Department under Tom Carreau. Just 14 years ago, we were bringing in $200,000 a year in veterans benefits. This past year, they exceeded the 10 million mark. And that is an incredible number for a two-person department, and the amount of veterans that we have here in Dauphin County. We can do more. We're going to continue to do more, but man, they have really taken that department to a new level, and I appreciate both my colleagues' support of that department and our emergency management. Thank you.
Thank you. For my comments, I would like to extend my deepest condolences to the family of Officer Andrew Duarte, the York community. I think I speak on behalf of all commissioners when I say this, the York community as well, and everyone impacted by the tragic events at the UPMC Memorial Hospital this past weekend. My heart goes out to those who were injured, the doctor, the nurse, custodian, and staff member, as well as the two officers that were wounded in the line of duty. Beyond those physically injured, I also extend my support and the support of this board to the hospital staff, patients, and families who lived through such a terrifying experience. I see the immense challenges our emergency responders and our healthcare workers face every day. I have a mom who's in healthcare and who has experienced challenges with those dealing with challenges in mental health in spaces and not sure how to respond in a way of getting that person the help they need with the resources that we currently have. I'm grateful for all of our first responders and those who serve as healthcare workers and their unwavering dedication to community, even in often the most difficult circumstances. Dauphin County was proud to support York County following this crisis, and will always stand with our neighbors in their time of need. And so I just want to make sure the community is aware, and we continue to pray for healing and strength for the York community at this time. I'm also aware of a fire that occurred early this morning at the unhoused encampment at PennDOT. Thankfully, there's no reported injuries at this time. We're actively monitoring the situation to determine how we can best support the community while also encouraging and ensuring public safety. So that's the extent of my comments. There's no correspondence. We will now open it to general public participation. And just a reminder, we are live streamed, and it is a 3-minute time period. I believe someone came up for general public participation, so I'll invite that individual.
Commissioner, can I make one comment
Yes,
before?
sure, certainly.
And you can come forward.
Yeah.
I just want to make another clarification on item number 14 that was approved. Solicitor Owens indicated that it is a 3-year term. The amount that is on the agenda includes the additional. So the amount that's being approved is only around $525,000, not $827, because the $827 includes the extended periods that were removed from the original. So I just want to make sure everyone is aware that it's not $827,000.
Do we need to amend that vote in some capacity? I guess I could ask the solicitor, given that the number was inaccurate.
For sake of completeness, you can do that.
Okay. What's the number?
I think it's $524,294, but I don't know if I have the most current copy of the contract.
524. What was the remainder?
294. It was initial the first year's $216,398, and then there's 2 years each at $153,948. So the initial year is more expensive because we have to buy the hardware involved, and then it's just the ongoing yearly fees for the maintenance.
How would you like us to proceed, solicitor?
If you'd like, I'd have to get the contract to confirm the exact amount.
Could I offer a recommendation?
Of course.
That we would come back and ratify this at a following meeting with all the correct information being presented at that time. We offer the ability to sort of allow you to move forward, but ultimately, once those real numbers have been set, the board would be required, even if at a workshop meeting, to ratify it, present to the public the exact numbers of the contract.
Ratification is fine.
Right.
Okay.
I think that's a good idea. We can make an amendment to this at that point.
Public participation.
Yes, Mr. Douglas. Yeah, Robert Gross. Yeah, I was talking about my father's in Dauphin County Prison. Okay. What I'd like you to understand, I've heard some things about the prison, like in general, there was no heat. They had to have 3 blankets each or whatever. They had it was 22 degrees in the prison. And when people are like 80 some years old and stuff like that, it's very rough to.
Do you know what date it was? What date that was?
It was in the past 2 weeks.
Okay.
And there's some other things about when they give out medication and stuff like that. I mean, they give the wrong medication to you. If you're not watching it properly, you'll take somebody else's medication. That needs to be reviewed. I mean, if you take the wrong medication, I mean, there's going to be a lot of ill people that shouldn't be ill from taking somebody else's medication. You can die with something like that. The other thing is, there's some other issues about what's going on with Dauphin County Prison. You know, it's 2025, and that jail is like one of the worst jails in the country. It's 4th in the nation. I don't understand why something can't be done about starting a new facility or even taking everybody out of that facility and putting them in another facility till that thing could be taken down and build a new one. Something needs to be done. I mean, these are human beings. They don't need to suffer. They lock them down for many weeks without no 20 minutes to walk around with just stay in your cell. You can't do that. You can't. I mean, if any of you guys were stuck in a cell and you couldn't walk around, I don't think you guys would like it either. Nobody likes that. But I mean, that's inhumane. So, I mean, I don't know what's going on there, but I guess you guys are going to do some checking out about that, and that needs to be done because it's a severe thing. I mean, we're almost in 2030. That thing is going to still be here. I mean, that represents Harrisburg or your county or whatever. That's a reflection on everybody. It's not just the people here. It's all over. When they go back to their families in other states, they talk about it. It's not just isolated right here so you can get away with that kind of stuff. But something really needs to be done. But I do appreciate the help that I got from you, Mr. Douglas.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's a step in the right direction. But, yeah, it's been a rough 5 years. I didn't really know it was that bad, but it really was. I had another friend that was in jail over there, and he had a situation, but I don't want to get into that. That led to something that wasn't his fault, and they did something, but I'm not going to say what it is. But I do know what happened.
I appreciate.
Yeah, whatever you guys can do for me, I appreciate it very much.
Yeah, appreciate your comments and our ongoing conversation because I know
Sure.
we're doing some other work to help you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yep.
Yeah,
Thank
I'm
you.
on it. Okay,
Appreciate
thank
you.
you.
Any other public comment?
Oh no, sorry, Swadhara Township. Again, I've written down the things I wanted to talk about when I came up here, but then I've just witnessed you guys vote on something where y'all, and I'm glad I asked, because y'all just voted on something y'all didn't even know what it was. How much? I'm still not clear because it went back and forth. I still didn't understand that explanation about exactly what the money is for. So now y'all voted on something where you don't know the amount, and we're going back and forth about is it continuation? Is it starting? We're not even clear, right? And that's really disappointing for the people that, I gotta say, we raise taxes. I pay them property taxes. We're paying your salary. So to some extent, the reality is you work for us here. Get it together, okay? We gotta have a county that operates. So I'm gonna start first with, what is it, last week we voted for a festival that's coming for $250,000. Justin Douglas's big idea. But then the presentation was giving, I made this in Canva. This isn't a fully thought idea. So then I hear tell from an IDA meeting that it's not a festival, it's actually just one day, and there might be a film component, but we're not sure about that yet. And it might be in Harrisburg, and it might not be. And yes, we talked to the city, but actually we just left a message for the mayor to see if it's okay with them. And this is what we find out. $250,000 for a not fully fleshed out idea. It's absurd by a man who we're not sure why he's no longer working for Harrisburg University doing these concerts. And to be quite clear, I'm not sure that he was let go because of budgetary concerns or because there's something wrong with his ability to give a product. Then we have a prison board meeting where discretionary funds is used for a UFC fighter whose specialty is kicking, hitting, and being a Spanish teacher in a jail where we don't have a language access policy, and he's providing mental health services to the staff. And, oh, guess what, inmates? It's freezing cold in your cell. Your toes and your fingers are blue, but it's okay, because if you open up your tablet, there's going to be a book that's going to inspire you to be a better person in this raggedy-ass jail. We know now that our state government has had their federal funds unfrozen. We know that you guys have held executive session talking about federal funds to our county accounts. But what we don't know is if any money that is supposed to come to the county has been held up, because you haven't told us. You had those conversations behind closed doors. You also haven't expressed publicly from this stage, like you just did, express your concerns for a downed police officer in York. And I am sorry about what happened. You know that I know that mental health services are not adequate. But what you haven't said from this stage, any of you, is your concerns about ICE raiding. There are children in our county who are not going to school because ICE is raiding bus stops. They are sitting at bus stops. This is a 3-alarm, like you guys are, I don't know how many alarms fires are, but it's the most alarms. And our firemen are sitting up here talking about something that happened in York. You haven't signaled that you care about the dignity of those people in our county and your condolences. I've seen an op-ed written by a reverend. The last mention was that he was a commissioner, but I haven't heard it from up here.
That's 3 minutes,
I am asking you to, I know it's time. I am asking you to leave. I am asking you to get serious. Look at me. I see you. All of you. Every single one of you. We are in a crisis. We are all waiting for leaders to tell us what to do to make it stop. And you have said nothing substantial. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, if I may at least make a comment, not related to the specific items you brought up, but I did follow through on another topic on it that I know you've asked me about in the past. And I received a text from Director Connor in the last several minutes, and he said that related to the whole home repairs, we are currently working on about 10 houses now with multiple contractors. The goal is to have all 40 homes completed by the end of 2025. We have until December 31 of 2026 to complete all 40 homes. And if you would like to meet with him and his staff to discuss the program, you are more than welcome, and he will set up the meeting with you.
Anyone else for public comment?
For the record, Pamela Parsons, City of Harrisburg. Last night, I was at Harrisburg School District meeting. And at the beginning of that meeting, there were a group of 5th graders who led us in the pledge to the flag. And after that, they gave a pledge with their hands over their hearts about what they, as 5th graders, pledged to do in their school. And one of the things that they said is, we pledge to preserve and protect the dignity of everyone in the Harrisburg School District family. And children are watching us. They are watching everything that we say and do, even if they are not present in the moment in which we are saying or doing it. I've been coming here now for more than a year. I don't get paid to do this. This is not fun. And I don't have a personal agenda except that this is civic engagement and that you are elected by people in the county and they have a right to know what you are doing once you are elected and how you are spending your money. And what I have seen over the last year, right to today, is that there is a continued pattern and practice of not properly vetting contracts, of things that are sloppy, muddy, and giving money to friends or pet causes. We are using Facebook rather than YouTube to live stream these things. YouTube will archive things longer so that someone can go back to a town hall meeting or a commissioner's meeting that was a year ago and look and see what people say. As my colleague said, things are on fire. They are on fire right now. We are a nation of laws. Executive orders are not laws. We have civil rights laws on the books. We have laws about educating children. We have a variety of laws, and it is our job, it is your job to follow all those laws until such time as those laws are changed. And when we talk about local collaborations, were there any community groups as part of your collaboration about what to do with our juvenile offenders? I don't, that's a local collaboration to me, and it's not a, and to me, just saying we're not spending general fund dollars on what we do with juvenile offenders is not an answer. That's not a good answer. That still troubles me greatly. Thank you.
Thank you, Pam. Anyone else for public participation? Seeing none, I'll take a motion for adjournment.
I'll second that.
All those in favor? Aye. We're adjourned.